Welcome to my first movie review, and today I got a very special movie.
Stole candy from this baby. Then I threw the baby in the river so it couldn't stitch, obviously.
VelociPastor. My sister told me about this film, showed me a scene from this film where in the beginning, we'll get into it. Something weird happened in the beginning of this film. You'll know once we get there, but first, let me explain what's happening. So I guess this is like, from watching other reviews on YouTube, I'm gonna do like a summary of the movie, get some criticism, and oh yeah, I got some fun facts. I go down. This is my notes here. I go down some fun facts. So VelociPastor. Let's just start with the fun fact number one because the title is a autocorrect. So let the director himself tell you about it from this interview.
It was an autocorrect on my phone.
An autocorrect?
Yeah, I was texting one of my friends in 2010 or 11 about dinosaurs, as one does. And my phone happened to autocorrect Velociraptor to VelociPastor. And me being 19 or 20 years old was just sort of like, I don't know, sounds like a movie. So
Bam. So I thought it was a cool little detail. Let's get into it.
And God bless. Mom and Dad!
I feel weird about this. Like, it's weird. Like, I went. This is like super of a meta joke. Okay, like, I mean, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of glad he put it in there because I wouldn't even know about this film if it wasn't for that scene, the word of mouth about that scene, and I do kind of like how the original scene was gonna go. Just listen to this.
That joke, most of them were written in. That joke in specific was not.
Oh,
it
okay.
was we were actually going to film like a. I mean, it was always intended to look shitty. So we were gonna film like
I got that.
yeah, we were gonna like buy like a car model and like put a stick of dynamite in it or something. But I noticed when I was showing it to people that consistently it was the first moment people were laughing. Like every time I screened it for people, it was the moment that like they sort of started to get the movie. And so my thought after a while, we had the money to go back and do the shot. And my thought after a while was, quite frankly, I can't really think of a better introduction to it. Because it's sort of like, it's one of those things where it's telling you right up front, this is the movie you're in for. And I've long been an advocate of, for this film. It's kind of like, look, if you're not enjoying yourself like 10, 15 minutes in, turn it off. Like, it's not changing.
I don't know, though, because at the same time, I do kind of like the other way better, but it wouldn't be as memorable of a scene if it wasn't for the VFX scene. The VFX effects scene. Anyway. Over here, this, the head pastor dude is like, comforting the main character here, and I just love, it's just, I don't know, the scene they're talking, you think it's a normal talking scene, bam, giant heads, giant baby floating baby head, and there's this like random jump cut on his face in the middle of it. I'm like, okay, even if this is like, this is a jokey thing, I feel like, just have it all in one shot. Just because you're making fun of something don't mean you making fun of like a genre of movies, like you don't mean you yourself have to make something bad. I think that looks awful. There's another scene later on where it's like one shot and then there's a jump cut. Like it could have been fixed with this cut into the next shot. So I don't know why they did that, but okay.
Title card comes up, China. It's obviously fucking New Jersey. And like, we ended up shooting it in Pennsylvania where my parents live. It's where we were housing the crew.
Well, in China, we got like a giant Pulp Fiction like title up here, and I just love the music. I just love the music going into China. You just hear it. It sounds like at the the song ends with like a Jurassic Park thing. I don't know. What that's about, but I like it. I love it. I would take it to dinner. Okay, I'll be honest with you. So the main character here, you know, he goes to China, trying to get his mind off of things. When all of a sudden this girl comes out of nowhere, and she's running for her life, and then she gets shot by this bow. And funny enough, hey, little fun fact here. I got this down. I made sure to write this down. I have that same bow, and it appears in one of my first videos I've ever made. Here's a clip. So he picks up this rock, and oh my god, his hand, like Indiana Jones over here, mapping in his hand, touching it. It guess it has some powers. Anyway, he goes back to the church and talking to the old man. He was talking about what the heck this happened to him, you know, the experience, and then the old guy says this line. I'm like, what?
What did that Chinese say? Dragon warrior?
Something like that.
How Eastern?
Yeah, he says how Eastern. What the heck? What's that supposed to be? Anyway.
Bye.
And they just have this awkward hug here. Now we get to the meat and schmatatoes of this movie. So here we got a sidekick talking to freaking Frankie Mermaid. Let's see what happens.
I'm lit up right and hot to trap where you want me tonight, Daddy-o.
Carol, hello.
Oh!
God damn you, Carol. How many fucking times I have to tell you not to question what I do? Now, what's my name?
Frankie Mermaid.
And why is my name Frankie Mermaid? Speak up, Carol, so I'm gonna give you the fucking boot!
Cause you're swimming in bitches.
You're goddamn right.
That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about. And plus, I would like to point out here, he's supposed to be like a bald dude, but you can obviously see it's shaved. No, he's not bald. But I think, well, that's part of the charm, you know. And now this is the beginning of the ongoing gag throughout the movie, and I love this gag. I love it so much. Take a look.
And you are the real money. Yo! Jerry! If you stuff dicks in your mouth like you're doing that sandwich, I'd be a fucking millionaire by now!
Just the overdoing the laughing. Trust me, it gets better. You just have to see. You just have to see. So, a main character is having a hard time. He's serving in the middle of he's walking around. He's disorientated in a freaking park. And another character, a hooker lady, is also walking around in the park. A mugger comes up to her and wants some sweet moolah. And then, Mr. VelociPastor himself comes in and gets this man. No gunshot can kill this man. And then now, we cut to one of the weirdest scenes in the whole movie. You just see...
Hello, my child.
Carol.
Doug.
There we go. We got the main character's name, Doug. Like, this doesn't mean that does not look like a Doug. I mean, this looks like a Doug, but that does not look like a Doug. Let's be real. You know who looks more like a Doug? The old pastor, dude. If you told me his name was Doug, I'd be like, okay, I believe in this Doug theory. Okay, I'm Doug in this theory. Okay,
Last night was amazing.
Did she just have sex with the freaking dinosaur? Because, I mean, when did he turn back? And, like, what, she smashed him as a dinosaur? Okay.
Well, let me be fair in saying that this can never happen again.
So it was just a one-time thing?
Yes. Honestly, it never should have happened at all.
That's for sure.
Oh. Was it bad?
Well, it was weird.
Yeah, what the heck? It was weird. Well, no kidding, you had sex with a freaking dinosaur.
Oh.
Honestly, it all happened so quickly. I was very scared. I think I even peed myself.
Oh.
Okay. Dude, like seriously, this guy, we need to meet. We need to meet, my man. Because, did you go to the Hootendale School of Writing? Because that P line fits right in with the content here, right? Yeah. Talk about a classic line. Pee poo poo poo.
Was it your first time, too?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, I'm a priest. So we can never say it's...
Wait, what are you even talking about?
What are you talking about?
The time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
Oh, okay. That makes everything way better, but kind of not, if you think about it. Okay, she said, was that your first time? He said yes. And she thought, he's talking about turning to a dinosaur. But he also said to her, was that your first time? She said yes. So, what, did she also turn into a dinosaur? Or is she talking about the first time she watched someone turn into a dinosaur? Because I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna die on this hill and say, she crashed into a freaking dinosaur dick.
What? What?
Dude, I just love that zoom up on him. He says, what? And zooms up again, what? Of course he doesn't believe her, so she wants to prove to him what happened last night by showing him the dead body of the guy that was trying to mug her. So they go out, but there's one problem, he has no clothes, so...
Do you have anything I can wear?
Sure.
429, 430.
Oh, Jesus!
See? I told you.
Why did you cover it with leaves?
I don't know. I didn't know what else to do. Firstly, I'm a hooker and I did not want to be arrested. And secondly, you turned into a dinosaur and you ate him.
You're a hooker?
And pre-med law, but people aren't surprised as much by that one.
Oh.
It might sound strange, but I don't think this has to be a bad thing. My life, all of it! Do you know what he would have done to me? This is the most priestly thing that you've ever done!
Yeah, I just love how he just runs into the tree there.
Look, I know a lot of bad people. You think I like turning tricks to pay for college? There's surprisingly little demand for hooker doctor lawyers.
What a busy woman.
Help me help everyone. Please.
No. This madness must stop.
Doug!
I have to do confessions.
Right now?
Yes, right now!
Okay, so how did he get the clothes? Because I'm pretty sure he lives. There's a scene later. He lives in the church. So how the heck did he get the priest clothes? Is it like a back door, or because what the heck? When did he? Not on my notes here. So when did he get these clothes? What the hecky? What the hecky pecky?
Douglas! You're late for confession.
Sorry.
Hello, my child. How long has it been since your last confession?
Since I last confessed? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we go back to probably the best character. Like I said, there needs to be a freaking spin-off movie, a Frankie Mermaid, like prequel movie here. Come on, the origin story of Frankie Mermaid. Like, this guy, I just love the way he talks. Like this is, it was like, come on. Anyway, he's in the confession booth. He hasn't confessed in like 2 years or whatever, and he's confessing that he killed this couple, this old couple. We found out, holy crap, this is his parents from the beginning of the film. This angers him. This angers Doug. Doug gets so mad that he kills Frankie Mermaid.
Shit on a Tuesday.
You murdered my parents! Ah! Oh, fuck! Ah! Why did you kill them?
Kill them? Oh, it was just orders, Padre. Hasn't been nothing by it?
They were my parents!
I'm sorry?
Tell me why. Tell me who ordered their deaths.
You have no idea how far they reaches, Padre. They got their claws and everything here. I don't know nothing. You might as well just kill me now.
Okay!
So with this guilt of just killing somebody, he goes to his hooker friend to tell her all about it.
Are you alone?
Yeah.
If we're gonna do this, how are we gonna do this?
We'll make a plan.
Plan.
Yeah.
So he's basically just trying to confirm with her that if he does what she says, you know, to protect the streets, that it's for a good cause and he's not just killing for no reason. He's just trying to get that straight so he can feel good. He can feel good about doing this.
Now, I don't know much about God.
I don't know much about dinosaurs.
I just love that line. Dude, that's the funniest crap ever.
We'll only hurt bad people.
Only the worst.
That awkward pause and then almost missing the high five. I saw it. Don't lie to me, guys. It was like, it was like this. Anyway, so now we got this montage. Okay, I got some, I mean, the montage is fine and all. The editing and everything, but the music, I don't know, the music doesn't, I mean, the first time I watched it, I didn't think it fit. The second time, I thought it fit, but this time I'm watching it now, the music is, I don't know, it's just parts where it does fit and parts it doesn't. It's just weird music choice, but I mean that's part of the charm. But that does not excuse. It is like way too long. It goes on for almost 3 minutes. Like my God, dude. Like, what I'm guessing is they filmed the whole movie. I don't know if this is right or not. They filmed the whole movie, and they have all this extra B-girl footage, but the film only is like 40-something minutes, and like, holy crap, it needs to be like an hour or something to be able to show in film festival. I don't know how film festivals work, but I'm guessing that's how it is. But basically, there's a lot of filler like this. Like, there's another montage coming up. Let me get to it. I got some beef with that next montage, but this one, like, okay, you could have cut it down some. And also this end shot here, it's like it goes on. Like the music in, and now it's just silent, and the camera's just slowly pinning up. Like, okay. Now, finally we get to the good stuff, the bad guys. Only 25 minutes into the movie, we get introduced to the bad guys.
係咁，點解而家啲錢再唔嚟落嚟啊？
I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's my Chinese, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't Chinese. But I just love the interaction these bad guys have. It's just so funny. Also, Fortnite, man. They explain the evil plan, the evil scheme about, they hear rumors that the thing that turns him to the VelociPastor thing turns into a dinosaur. You know, that he got it, and they want it, and they discuss how they're gonna deal with it. And they got the evil, and then part 2 of Cat his evil laugh. Here, look at this.
Well, sir, we'll have another shipment of coke in tomorrow, prepared exactly as you ordered.
係咁，我等我搞掂晒嗰啲蛇仔蛇乸，就一天都光晒㗎啦。
This part I actually laughed so much when I watched this the first time. I just love how you can see the boom mic up there. Like, it's obviously part of the joke. It's supposed to be like, I guess, the old, you know, Japanese like ninja, cheap ninja shows or whatever. And you see, you know, back in the day, and you see the mic, the boom mic. We cut back to Old Man Priest Man, which is my favorite character, and he sees a main man Doug hanging out with the lady of the night. He's not liking because, you know, he's a priest. So he goes and confronts Doug about this betrayal. Let's just give a round of applause for the books here. We got All About Dinosaurs, and my personal favorite, Crime, the sequel. My question is, what's the first crime book about? It was good enough they had to make a sequel of it. So what's that about?
Father Stewart.
Hello, Douglas. You're reading, I see.
Yes.
I just love how he trying to disguise it as he's reading like a Bible or something, even though the Bible is way smaller than that book.
Time spent in silent servitude. How are you?
Worried, Doug. I'll be blunt. Your chronic absence worries me. You've hardly been eating at all. You haven't missed a Sunday in 16 years, and all of a sudden that girl shows up.
That girl's name is Carol.
And now, old priestman just goes in at him.
And I ask you, what the hell is going on?
Father Stewart, what if I told you that I was different?
You're not that different. There are plenty of men like that in the church.
What's that supposed to mean?
No. I mean, really different.
Yeah, this dramatic pause, and then he just opens his mouth for no reason. I thought that was weird. I was like, what? Okay. So yeah, he tells him that he can turn into a dinosaur, and then of course he doesn't believe him. He says it's impossible. So if this is true, let's get it. We need an exorcism. The old man just goes away. He's angry, and left Doug to self-reflect on his past. And poor Doug has to give up his anal beads. And we get a flashback to his pants. And of course, we get the third laughing scene, which is amazing. Let's just say that.
We're happy with your life's decisions.
I'm so proud of you, Doug. You're my only son. Becoming a priest is a big decision, son.
he gets a flashback to before he went to, as he says...
We'll pick you up after priest college.
Yeah, priest college? Priest college? In my notes I had to put priest college question mark. What? Yeah, what the, I know you can go to... There's like you can go to school for college, but I don't think there's a specific priest college, like a college just for priests. Like, where's my phone at? Like, priest college. Chris college, no. Priest college. Chris college? I don't want Chris college. Priest college! My God. Priest college. Please call home. Sorry, I'm done. Okay, anyway. Now we fade into a hooker friend here. And this is what I'm talking about. There's this one giant shot of her, of course, and they zoom in, and all of a sudden, in this one long shot, they just do like a jump cut for no reason. Like, why didn't you just cut to the next scene with that? Anyway. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention though, that actor, the priest dude, the old priest dude, is actually the dad of the director.
I asked my dad to star in the film. He is essentially the second male lead. I assumed my father would be terrible. He was a special education professor for, God, 30, 40 years, and he had never had any acting experience. But he had a really good mustache, so I thought he would look period, because it's ambiguously supposed to be sort of a 70s film. And I just asked him to do the role. My thought being that in a lot of the bad movies I really loved, there's always one or two roles that you're like, that's a producer. or like that's somebody's brother,
right,
or that's
someone's
like
cousin.
Right.
Or
like
an
it's,
investor.
Yes. It's like a favor to get them in the film. And I wanted to try and emulate that, and it
backfired.
It totally backfired. Everyone that I asked to be in the film because they were my friend turned in this terrific performance that I was just not prepared.
Now we cut to this evil-looking man that is supposed to help with the to exorcise Doug here, to get the demons out of him. And funny enough, that dude actually has a YouTube channel. He's a fellow YouTuber, and he is. If you've seen some of the clips I've shown from the interview, he's also interviewed the director about this film, and this is how the evil man knows him.
I do want to say I know you because you were in my class.
Yes.
Yes. I forgot to mention that.
Yes.
We met because you were a student in my stop motion animation class.
It is true.
And I only bring that up because, of course, there's no stop motion animation in this film. I have no sense of ownership whatsoever over the brilliant VelociPastor. But it is such an incredible source of pride for me as a teacher to be speaking to a former student of mine who has gone on to make a great film that people universally love.
I understand you're being stalked by some kind of specter. Tell me about that. Start from the beginning.
Well, it all happened after my parents were murdered. Father Stewart suggested that I travel.
I haven't had to come to Altair in years. Not since the war.
Now this is my favorite part of the whole film: the war.
Sammy's dead. They got Bennett. Johnny Bones.
I just love how they put to make the old guy look younger. They just put a blonde wig on him.
We get out of this war, I'm thinking I'll settle down and finally start that family.
We'll get you out of here, son. Back home to your sweet Adeline. When you finally get back there and start that family you've always dreamed about, you could have 5 kids. 11 kids. And I want you to spend 15 minutes a day with each of them.
5 to 11 kids? Well, that was like very on the nose. Like 5. That's a giant jump in between. What the heck is that about? You can't have 2, 3, or 4. You have to have 5 or 11. Okay. The way this is shot about, this guy's gonna get shot. There's no doubt about it. Yep, he got shot. I just love how you can he's still smoking as he's dying. You see like the smoke coming out, dude. That always gets me every time. Like I said, this is probably the best like group of scenes in the whole movie. I'll be honest with you. We just need to see the director's dad in more films, okay? Please put your dad in more films, okay? Please. I like on the note he actually puts ...
Adeline? Adeline! Adeline!
James!
Adeline!
James!
Adeline!
James!
I'll tell you, this part gets way better. She blows up and that guy says,
Another goddamn VC trip mine.
I don't think we can do anything for her now. She's too far gone.
I don't think she's gonna make it, like, dude.
Le cure Pierto Morfeo, susie della bazia, le bazia,
Are you feeling anything?
Anxiety.
Okay, with that joke, we know it's a 2019 film, so let's be real with ourselves. So, if you hear that guy, the evil dude, like, saying all this words, it's funny, the method that he had to talk like that, here, let me, interview.
Do you know what my device was?
I do.
You do, because I think I told you.
You have.
So I went out, I was outside, right out in the woods at a little table, and I took out a piece of paper, and I wrote down the name of like my 20 favorite bands, and then I said them in a way that sounded Latin.
Yes.
So when I'm doing that scene, I am basically reciting the names of bands I like. So The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, Peter Murphy, Iron Maiden, Alice Cooper, and I just went through like this whole list, but it was, The Cure was La Cure, and Peter Murphy was Pietro Murfiro, and Susie and the Banshee was Suzie e la Bancia.
Le cure Pierto Morfeo, susie della bazia, mistero di Mercurio, vero nome, felice edizione.
Hungry!
Doug! Stop the sale! Stop! Doug, are you okay? Doug!
No, not the young man. He's my favorite character, dude. Of course, the exorcism didn't work, and then we learned that we get a 4th laughing scene with the evil man here after Doug ran away. I don't know what. It's like, hey, you could have been killed, dude. Okay, calm down. But I love it. The ongoing laughing joke. It just gets better from here, you know. And then we cut back to the Ninja Clan here. The spying on Doug. And this is one of my favorite jokes. I just love this. This is the biggest debate ever. It fools you so good.
His famous arc method of attack. As I'm sure you two remember, it's a 3-pronged spring forward from all sides at once. I think that'll overwhelm and confuse him. Wait, let me write this down. Okay, Jenny, you head left, down the side. I'm gonna use my famous water...
요진이 항상 나한텐 말해줬지. 이렇게 될 것이라고.
Choi Min is going to spring to the tree there.
광주에서는 우리가 학생이었을 때
I'm pretty sure dinosaurs can't look up.
그때는 내가 그녀를 결혼할 줄 알았지. 그때는
Jenny, you got that? Good. Choi Min? Good. Always in.
I love it so much just because of how it just fools you. Because we just got done watching the old man's backstory, the war, and we think, oh no, they're doing it again. I'm like, oh my god. But with the ninja dude, but then it quickly is cut off. I just love it just fools you. This reminds me of this part in Broforce where you're walking through and then all of a sudden it zooms up into the suicide bombers to his perspective. It shows his whole life of him growing up just so he could become a suicide bomber and jump at you and miss. And then that instantly reminded me of that scene from Broforce. I thought I'd mention that. So it goes back to his love after this crazy event that just happened with the exorcism and all that, and rightfully so. This is like the only person he can trust in his life.
I think I'm still bleeding.
Just kiss me.
Okay.
She's cuffing him and all that. I just love how, and then he just says, "I'm still bleeding." Now here we go. The moment you did not know you was waiting for. The I kid you not, 5 minute. 5 minutes of sex. But they do it in an artsy way. I mean, before I give my opinion on it, listen to the director and what he thought about it.
First, thanks. So I can tell you that I had intended from the beginning to. Okay, it starts with the music, and the music I had known from the beginning that I wanted it to be a sort of punk rock thing, like aesthetic. Mostly influenced by this anime called FLCL, which has this incredible soundtrack that's all by this alt rock band. And I just remembered thinking, even like 15 years later, it just felt so alive and so sort of scrappy. And I wanted to emulate that. So I'm friends with all these bands from having been in a band, and I just really genuinely loved their music. So it was the kind of thing where I started just by knowing and listening to the songs again and again and again. I will tell you that the sex scene in particular, I'll be real with you, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. The one thing I knew was that I wanted it to be like the obvious joke in your stupid dinosaur movie is for the sex scene to be like really explicit and puerile, and like it's gonna pan over and he has a dino dick or like something like that,
Something you expect in a
like,
trauma movie.
Exactly. And so my thought was like, what if that's the one scene we play straight, where it's like this actually like tender kind of like, and it's the one scene that maybe we can flex our muscles and show that like, oh, we actually know what we're doing. Because I was kind of afraid that people would see the movie and just assume I was an idiot and just sort of not know how much of it was intentional, And so that was one of the few moments that I was like, we make the hell out of this scene. But when we got to shooting it, I still hadn't found the song for it. And so it was when we were, I just shot like a shit ton of footage, and I trusted myself to find it in editing.
I just think, I just think like, don't drag me. I think this is a cool way to shoot this scene. Okay, don't get me wrong, but it's 5 minutes long. You could have cut that down to 2 or maybe even 1. Like, it does not need to be 5 minutes long. Okay, let's be real with ourselves here. It does not need to be 5. It does not need to be 5 minutes. That's like one of my biggest problems. They could have spent that time going back to the ninjas, because the ninjas are pretty funny. Like, I would have loved to see more of them in the film, because every time they're on screen, something funny always happens. They could have spent time, it's weird to say this, developing them, or just having them do something, having them interact with each other. But we get this 5 minute, texting that. Every time the other 2 times I watched this, except for the first time, I skimmed over it because I'm like, okay, let's get on with it, buddy. It's time. Let's go. I don't have ADD or nothing. It's just it's unnecessary. There's a part here. I'm not gonna show it because my God, I'm about to have if someone has epilepsy, my God, dude, I'm about to have a seizure. I don't have epilepsy. I'm about to have a seizure watching this scene right here. I'll show you like 2 seconds of it. Now there, see? This is one of my favorite scenes. The ninjas jump into the window, and they have a full-on fight in the tidy whities. They learn about what's happening and what's going on, so they're gonna head there and beat up the ninja bad guys. Oh no, more sex. Well, see you guys in 5 minutes. I know I said I wanted more of the ninjas, so this scene's just them explaining what the bad guys, want and what they need. And to explain all this, they bring back the old guy that just died later. Earlier, excuse me. They bring back the old guy that died earlier, and they just give him an eye patch, of course. This is unnecessary, because you'll see why. At first I was like, oh my god, he's alive. They explain the plan, blah blah blah, about what they want, basically just to set up the third act here.
咁樣撲過嚟，我呢個乒乒乓，
乒乒乓，
乒乒乓。
What the heck? Dude, he said bing bong bong, what the heck is that about?
The Christian faith is what I believe with all my heart, but you cannot forcibly convert the unwilling. That's madness. That's inhuman.
And of course, and they kill him off. But hey, they redeem themselves here by having the fifth laughing scene. Let's just enjoy this.
Doug will stop you.
Okay, this is one of my problems. There's like 17 minutes left in the film, and they're now explaining the bad guys' plan and what they want and all that. It's like, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like that 5 minutes of that 5-minute sex scene, they could have used to do this part and made it, make it funny. Like this, I'm having a good time watching these ninja guys, messing around. So Foxy, Grandpa, and Grandma finally make it to the base, the ninja base, and they have the final showdown. But we learn that Fortnite Man is actually Doug, the main character's brother. And we get the funniest flashbacks I've ever seen. This is good.
Wait. That voice.
Remember me now?
Brother!
Sam.
You're my only son.
Thanks, Dad.
You're my only son. You're my only son. You're my only son.
For God! What's so funny? You and Pop playing ball in the yard? Well, you're not gonna be laughing anymore. I'm gonna be the one laughing. When I kill you!
What the heck? I didn't know being a VelociPastor also gave you the force. What is it about? Okay, the blood here is weird. Like, I don't know if they're trying to make it look bad, but the scenes where it does look good. So I don't know. Like later, and even before, those scenes where the blood do look good. This just looks like water. I don't know if they gone out of budget at this point. Did they film this part last after they used all the blood? Like I don't get it. Oh my gosh, she's gonna die, dude. But you see what I'm talking about? Like her blood is way better than the Fortnite Man. And then this scene. Like I said, every time the ninja's on screen, it's always the funniest crap. They're like crying in the background. What are you about, dude? You killed her.
I believe in a higher power, but praying right now will never save.
And this is probably my second favorite joke of this whole film. Like the ninjas looking at the watch, and also there's like better blood on him than it was before. Like there's no water blood anymore. So I'm pretty sure they did reshoot that. Them shooting the bad looking blood water on his face. I feel like they shot that last, and because they either forgot to shoot that or it didn't work out the first time. I don't know. Now we get the full transformation. Now this part is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just. You can see like the head poking out, just the craziness of this dinosaur running down, smashing into things. Like this. Look what the director said.
The dinosaur costume within itself, I also consider an extension of my family. I've had that costume since 2007. I was in high school, and I was like a member of my high school film club, and we had a budget, and we were gonna make a remake of this really bad 1970s movie called The Last Dinosaur, which I love. And so we got the suit. We used school budget to pay for that dinosaur costume. And then the day before we were going to film, our principal came in and he told us that the script was too violent and we couldn't shoot it. But he didn't ask for the costume back. So the guy who designed it, funny enough, he just also lived in the area. But funny enough, he went on to like, he's won Emmys and shit. He does makeup for like The Walking Dead now. So it's funny because like that was his attempt back in 2007. And if we make another one and have a little more money, I'd love to see what he would do now.
We had hired somebody to be in the dinosaur costume. And we had hired this person through Craigslist. Don't do that.
If you're an actor, now you know where to look for gigs. Craigslist.
Yeah. It was, in the most diplomatic way possible, I will say that he was exactly the kind of person you would expect that would show up for $100 a day to be in a costume on Craigslist. He was a very strange man. I had hired him for 2 days. He was on set maybe 7 hours, and I fired him.
Wow.
I let him go and gave him the money I had promised him, and ended up being in the suit myself.
Wow,
And
so you're in the dinosaur suit.
for about half the time. The rest of the time is my brother.
But that gives that weird effect. Like, this never happened before. He shot the bow, and not even with the girl in the beginning. It's like some VHS effect. You know.
I think my hand is immune.
He rips off the main bad guy's head, and a quote pops up on the screen for all to read. What a quote for the ages. So now we cut to the doctor.
We did it.
She's okay. She's good. She's all good. And the doctor sits down and starts digging in the ashtray. He took a cigarette out of the ashtray, smoking it. I thought he was about to like consume some ash from the cigarettes. I'm like, what's going on here? The way it's set up is weird, but I love it. I'll be honest. I fell in love with it. We got married. And then we went to dinner. I got married and then went to dinner. That's how good it is. And we go into he goes and sees her, and the weirdest scene happens. This took me by surprise. Me and my friend, when we first watched it, we died laughing because I did not expect this at all. This comes out of nowhere, literally. This says she's fine. She's okay. Like, okay. Thank you for telling us that movie. That does make it a memorable scene, except this her being okay. So, like, you know, cool. Let it happen.
You know, the church won't stop with Wei Chang's death. They were here. They're gonna be somewhere else.
China, Europe, all over the world, I suppose.
There's a $1 billion bounty on your head.
He's just okay walking into a hospital.
Doug Jones.
Doug Von Inglefield! Doug Von Inglefield!
What are you gonna do next?
What I do best.
Oh no, not another sex scene, dude. Okay, well, see you in 5 minutes and then the credits will go, okay? You know, that's actually what they should have done. Like, of course, it shows them cuts to them, you know, having, making out here. And then they should have had the whole credits going as to the scene them making out the whole time. That would have been a funny credit to cut to credit go. The credits start going as to the scene them making out for a whole minute and for almost 2 minutes. Anyway, so VelociPastor, what a film, what a film. I went into this was gonna hate it. I was going to this with, I'm gonna tear this movie apart. You know, this is just one of the most I enjoyed myself watching a comedy film like this. I feel like this guy could make the next Naked Gun. He could make the next Airplane. I feel like I said, this film would be perfect if he just cut it down to 40 minutes. There's a lot of filler. Like, this film would be way better without that. I feel like it's way too long. I mean, this film is barely even an hour. So I felt like they probably needed to add way more to make this into like a feature length. So I can put this into film festivals, I guess. I guess that's how that works. I've never put anything to a film festival. I'm pretty sure it has to be longer than an hour or something. I give this movie a solid freaking 7 out of 10. I guess we're grading things. That's how it works here. That's what I would give it. It's still good. I would still show it. Like, I don't see myself watching it for a while just because I watched it like 3 times in a row. But I feel like if my friend or something came over, I would definitely show him this film. We would have a good time watching. It's just I feel like you can make a good comedy film here. And hey, I would love. I can see a lot of things that he's done in here. I can see that me doing some of these things. Like, I don't agree with everything he did, but a lot of the comedies, like comedy from this channel. Like, are you watching Are you a fan of the Hoot Now channel? I mean, but hey, if you wanna, I would love, next time you make a film, call me up, hit me up. I would love to work. It seems like everyone had a good time making this. I would love to work on your next project with you. Hey, if not, I'm still gonna watch whatever you make next. I follow him on Twitter. I follow you on, if you're watching, I follow you on Twitter. So I'm gonna slide into the DMs. But yeah, I love this film. I think it's a hidden gem, I would call it. Not that much anymore, but when I first watched it, I would say a hidden gem. But a lot more people are talking about it. I see more and more every day. So I hope the best for you, and I am excited for your next film. Can't wait. And I've been Hootin' Down. This is my first Hootin' Down reviews. So I want to go down there now.